within our community. We, the coalition, is asking you to please call Governor Walters at 521-2342 and ask for the sparing of the life of Robin Leroy Parks. We, the coalition, request you to make this call. Again, I am Theodis Payne, the president of the Coalition of Civic Leadership, reminding you that the life of Robin Leroy Parks should be spared. The number to call, 521-2342. Thank you very much for your time.
If I can
I am Clara Luper, and today I speak not as a teacher, not as a civil rights worker, but I speak as a mother. And I'm asking those of you that believe in life rather than death to call Governor David Walters and ask him to spare the life of Robin Parks. The governor's telephone number is 521-2342. This is our last chance to save Robin Parks' life. And remember, you can help. And if we can just help somebody today, then our living will not be in vain. This is Clara Luper speaking not as a teacher nor as a civil rights worker, but as a mother. Join me with prayers, with telephone calls, with petitions to save Robin Parks' life.
I am Pastor W.B. Parker, the pastor of the Loving St. James Baptist Church. Our church is located on the periphery of Oklahoma City at 12,600 Parker Heights Boulevard, Spencer, Oklahoma. I'm coming today on behalf of Robin Parks, who is a prisoner at McAllister, and I'm asking all of the members of our church and all of my friends in this community to call Governor David Walters, whose number is 521-2342, and ask him to show clemency, commute the sentence of Robin Parks from death to, at the least, life. Spare his life, because Jesus said, I am come that men might have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. I'm sure that the governor believes in life and justice for all, and so we plead to him to show clemency toward Robin Parks. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Clara Luper radio show. And today's show is a call for help. We started our show in order that you could hear the voices of people that are crying out on behalf of Robin Parks. Robin Parks is scheduled to be executed on March 10th, 1992. There are some questions. Did the jurors make the right decision? We say no. The district attorney used false testimony to help convince the jury that Robin must die. The district attorney, we believe, hid critical evidence which would have established a reasonable doubt. Does the punishment fit the crime? We say no. Hundreds have committed worse crimes than Robin, yet they aren't on death row. Think a minute. Think of the steakhouse murders. Think a minute. Think of those who have killed 2, 3, 4, and 5. Think a minute. Think of the man that killed 15. Think a minute. The district attorney used a 6-cent robbery conviction from a high school playground fight to convince the jury that Robin should die. Would Robin's death be society's loss? We say yes. For 14 years while on death row, Robin has touched the lives of many as a friend and a humanitarian. He's an artist. He has accepted the Almighty God as his Savior and speaks fluently of his experiences. Robin Parks deserves to live. He's been an inspiration to children, encouraging them to study history and further their education. Based on the facts, would you kill Robin? The answer would be no. I'm asking you, and I'm reminding you, that time is short. March 10th. Call Governor David Walters and ask him, in your own words, to let Robin live. He can be reached at 521-2342, the state capitol, room 212. Let Robin live. Time is short. This program is being brought to you today by your Allstate insurance agent, Marilyn Hildred. If it's insurance that you need, call Marilyn. The telephone number is 755-7252. Robert Gates, Mr. Gamble, and others at the Gates Barbershop located at 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue joins us today in asking you to call the governor of the state of Oklahoma. It's in his hands now. Ask the governor to let Robin live. That telephone number is 521-2342. The latest developments in the case have been the fact that on yesterday, Robin Parks' attorneys asked for a stay of execution from both the Oklahoma County District Court and the Oklahoma City Federal Court. Now, so much doubt has arisen about Robin Parks' guilt that we can no longer be confident that he is guilty. There is too great a risk that an innocent person will be executed. In asking the federal court for a stay, Park alleges a jury convicted him because of ineffective defense counsel and the prosecutor's presentation of false and misleading evidence and suppression of factual evidence. Attorneys are also seeking relief from the federal court, claiming Parks was wrongfully certified as an adult on a robbery charge in 1972 when it was merely a school fight over 6 cents. We ask you to get down on your knees. You remember how we prayed when our young people was in the Persian Gulf. You remember. Please call Governor David Walters and ask him to let Robin live. The telephone number is 521-2342 at your state capitol. Walters is our governor, and he has promised to be a fair governor. There's a shadow of doubt. Shall we kill Robin Parks? Now remember that if Robin Parks die, he will be executed by the state of Oklahoma, and that means you. I want you to call Governor Walters, 521-2342. We do have petitions, and we would like to thank hundreds of you that have signed petitions, and we will be at Freedom Center this evening from 4 on, and you will have the opportunity to come by and sign a petition. But we've got to call our governor. I've invited a young man that I admire so much here today. A young man that has accepted the responsibility of carrying the word of God. And I would like to welcome Reverend Maceo McDaniels to the Clara Luper radio show. How are you this morning, Reverend?
Fine. How you doing, Miss Luper?
Oh, I'm fine today. And I would like to thank you for coming. Let's talk a little bit about Reverend Maceo Moore. Reverend Moore, where did you go to high school?
I went to high school in fortunately, in Minden, Louisiana, Webster High School.
Well, we've been talking about Robin Parks, who got in a fight in high school as a 17-year-old, and he was at John Marshall High School at a time when racial tension was really great. And this boy that happens to be white, his mother filed criminal charges against Robin. And that was one of the things that was held against him. Now, down where you were in school, did you all have school fights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they call in the police and take you all to jail because you were fighting?
No, ma'am.
What happened?
Well, usually the officials, the principals, our teachers, they would take care of the matter, and in a few hours, certainly we would be playing again.
Thank you. Now, Reverend, tell me how you feel about executing a young man when there's a shadow of doubt.
Ms. Luper, I feel that if there is a shadow of a doubt, then I think that Robin Parks should not be executed. I don't believe in execution, period. I believe all men have redeemable quality. But in this case, there seem to be many doubts that Robin committed this crime. So I would appeal to all of those who can get a prayer through, all of the saints of God, all you prayer warriors, to get on your knees and pray, and not only pray, when you get up off your knees, go and do something about it. Go and make a call to Governor David Walters. Ask him to let Robin live.
Reverend, you are a pastor in Oklahoma, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What church do you pastor?
I pastor the Mount Moriah Baptist Church in El Reno, Oklahoma.
Where's that church located?
Our church is located 501 North Admire, right across from the old Booker T High School.
Okay, now what programs do you have in your church?
Well, we have a program. We have initiated a program for our youth and our young adults, and certainly we have been trying to meet the needs of our elderly people. And we are putting more emphasis now on meeting the needs of our young people and trying to direct them in the right direction while they are yet young.
This is where we fail in Oklahoma City, and I think that in Oklahoma City, we as Christians must take more interest in our young people that are suffering from family displacement, that are suffering. I think that this is something that we must do. Reverend, I'm going to give you this mic, and for 1 minute, I want you to tell the people the greatest story that has ever been told, the story of our Jesus, a forgiving Jesus.
Thank you, Miss Luper. This is the greatest story that has ever been told. It is a love story. It's a story about one who came to undo things that has been done, a story of one who is forgiven, a story of one who is long-suffering, a story of one who is gracious and is merciful. And Jesus, nearly 2,000 years ago, he came and on our behalf, on the behalf of all sinning men and women, boys and girls, that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for our sin. While we were yet in our sin, he didn't wait until we became good people. While we were yet sinners, Christ came and he died for our sin. He is a forgiving Christ. He is one who came to redeem us from our sin. And I'm quite confident that Jesus Christ, who sits high and looks low, he knows our plight. He knows what our needs are. And I believe that if we would only call on him in a time of need, and certainly this is a time of need, all of us, Christians and all over this state and all over this nation, ought to be on their knees and calling on Christ to come in and to deliver them. All of us have something to be delivered from. And he promised that he would never leave us nor forsake us. And since Jesus has done all of this for us, since he has come and he has saved us from our sins, since we are Christians, since our name have been written in the Lamb's Book of Life, then I think we too have a responsibility. And our responsibility is not only to our God, but our responsibility is to our fellow man. And if we love him properly, we cannot help but love our brethren properly. And on this note, we love Robin because Robin is a person, because he not only has redeemable qualities, but he has proven himself to be worthy of a chance. And Christ, who has given us more than one chance, more than a second chance, he has given us chance over and over again. Certainly, we ought to give Robin a second chance. And Mr. Luper, in closing, I'd like to tell a story. Years ago, the story was told that an old man came up on a little boy who was robbing a bird's nest. And he had a little bird in his hand, and the boy asked the old man, said, "Is this bird dead or is it alive?" And the little old man thought for a little while, and he said, "Sonny, it is as you wish. It is as you wish. If I say he is alive, you will squeeze him to death. If I say that he is dead, then you will open your hand and let him go. It is in your hand." And this is what I say to our governor. Governor, it is in your hand. It is as you wish. Pray for Governor Walton that he would make the right decision, that he would have enough sensitivity to think deeply and make the right decision. God bless you.
Thank you so very kindly. This portion of our program is brought to you by your optometrist, Dr. A.L. Dow, located at 934 Northeast 8th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. If you need glasses, why don't you call Dr. Dow, 235-0536. Exotic flowers would like to make you happy as spring approaches. They have the flowers for weddings, funerals, flowers for the young lady that you love and the man that you respect. Gates Barbershop also says, "I have seen the flowers from Exotic Flowers, and I know they are beautiful." Exotic Flowers, located at 3671 North Everett Street in Oklahoma City. The telephone number is 424-7659. Chauncey's Shardina's Daycare Center, located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street, is ready to serve those that need educational surroundings, educational teaching, and educational goals. It's something about walking into Chauncey's Shardina's where you will feel love, you will see progress. All you will have to do is to call the owner, Mrs. Gloria Matthews, 427-5274. It is true that Sir Charles the Taylor has moved. He's now located at 1024 South of Douglas in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It's time now for you to get measured for that Easter suit. You deserve a tailor-made suit. The telephone number is 737-7600. Hometown IGA would like to thank you for your support. They would like to thank you for your business. They have an environment in that store that you will admire. It's clean. It's friendly. Pharmacy, fresh meat and produce, open 24 hours. You can look around in the store. You can get an ad sheet and enjoy the bargains. All at Houston IGA, 2001 Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It is time now for us to talk about Eugene's Hair Connection, located at 1907 North Classen in Oklahoma City. The hairstylist is Eugene, waiting to wait on you. They have perms, they have curls, they have anything that you would be interested in. You need a relaxer, a clipper cut, hair cutting, finger waving, all at Eugene's Hair Connection, 1907 North Classen in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We want you to join us. We want you to join us this week. We would like for you to call 5 more people and tell them to join us in calling the governor. That number is 521-2342. 521-2342. This is what we hate to talk about, but it's a fact that it's tax time. As the 1991 tax season unfolds, many of you will be looking forward to your tax refunds. For taxpayers who file electronically, you can get your refund in about 10 to 12 days. Electronic filing is a wave of the future. MCOM is one of a select number of firms authorized to file taxes electronically to the IRS. MCOM provides the same services as H&R Block at very low, reasonable prices. For more information, call MCOM 427-5065. Let me repeat, 427-5065. Office hours are 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week to serve your needs. Once again, call 427-5065. The fastest service. You can go in, and 30 minutes later, you are out. There are 3 select locations: 729 Northwest 110th Street, 5700 North Terry Drive, and 2317 East Park Avenue. Today is a big day for the Zetas. Last night there were an initiation. 3 beautiful, talented young ladies joined the Chi Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. Welcoming. But today is a big day for Zeta. Caring for humanity from prenatal through the golden years. That's the theme. An essay contest, and the winners will be announced today at the luncheon. In the meantime, today the Zeta Phi Beta sorority will honor 4 women for volunteer services. Dorothy Cooper, Cheryl Pickett, Dolly Tarver will receive Community Services Award. Now, I cannot tell you who the Woman of the Year is. I can't tell you now, but today at the luncheon, which will be at exactly 11:30 at the Metro, located on Spring Lake Park. Everybody will be there, and I know you are very happy to find out that the Zetas luncheon will be today at 11:30. If you are a Zeta in Oklahoma City, or throughout, be sure and come on and join your family. And if you are a friend of the Zetas, be sure and attend this luncheon. The administrator and staff of Edwards Redeemer Nursing Center would like to join us in asking you to save, and asking the governor to save the life of Robin Parks. During the past month at Edwards Redeemer Nursing Center, they have been looking at Black history. It is important to Edwards Redeemer Nursing Center because it's a Black-owned business. They have 106 beds located on the Near East Side. They have a professional RN director and licensed personnel around the clock. The dietary team is supervised by a member with years of experience. They prepare healthy and appetizing meals daily, and they have the best, including what you need for special diet needs. They have planned activities that are coordinated by a social service activity director. When you have to make a decision to place a loved one in a nursing facility, it can be a very difficult decision. At Edwards Redeemer Nursing Center, they would like to give you a choice. They would like to do this by inviting you to come in and tour the facilities located at 1530 Northeast Grand Boulevard near I-35 and 10th Street, or call 424-CARE. It's been a big week at Tabitha Baptist Church. It's been the installation services for Reverend J.L. Mitchell, the newly elected pastor. Now, tomorrow is going to be the big day. On March the 1st at 11 a.m., Reverend Kim Brown from the Mount Tabor Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas, will deliver the morning services. And those of you that have heard Reverend Kim Brown, you want to hear him again and again. On Sunday at 3 o'clock p.m., Reverend J.A. Reed of the Fairview Baptist Church will deliver the sermon. Participating on the program will be the New Covenant Baptist Church, the Antioch Institutional Baptist Church, St. John's Missionary Baptist Church, and the Tabernacle Baptist Church. Reverend James Bradford, Reverend Charles Douglas, Reverend W.K. Jackson, Reverend M.L. Jameson, and Reverend John L. Mashak will be there. That's tomorrow at the Tabitha Baptist Church, and that church is located at 1219 Northeast Grand Boulevard. Good news, good news. We will be back at the Myriad Convention Center April the 3rd and 4th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. There are special promotional efforts. It will be helping each other. It will also be a salute to Martin Luther King on the anniversary of his death. That's at the Soul Bazaar, 92, April the 3rd and 4th. If you would like to participate, remember, it is a business and trade industry show. Business education, economic development, cultural exchange, health, job fair, human relations, and entertainment. It is the only minority-sponsored trade and industry show in the state of Oklahoma. The program includes entertainers, amateurs, professionals, bands, seminars, fashion shows, talent shows, baby contests, Miss Soul Bazaar, art display, AXO, races, musical, all at Soul Bazaar 92 at the Myriad Convention Center. Lamar's Beauty Supply has a sales manager that is outstanding, Leon Scobie Jr. The shop is located at 1736 Northeast 23rd Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we want you to go by, and I will be telling you more about the black-owned beauty shops. This is Clara Luper in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Hello, Mom.
Yes.
Join your program, and I want to commend you and all the ministers and all the concerned parties in reference to appealing to Governor David Walters in an effort to save Robin's life. I want to encourage others throughout the community to contact the governor on behalf of modification of Robin's sentence from death to life, if at all possible. More so, people should understand and know that the governor has persuasive power to use with the Pardon and Parole Board in order to effectuate the clemency hearing for Robin, make the transition from the death penalty to life. Has those powers, and I would encourage everybody to ask the governor when they speak with him to be sure and utilize every effort of his persuasive powers was saving Robin's life. Also, while we're on this subject, it's a very important subject. Throughout America, better than 900 plus people are on death row. And 40%, better than 40% of those people are black people. And then on the other hand, while we have 40% plus of blacks that are on death row throughout the country, blacks only make up a little better than 12% of the total population of America. If we do not, as peoples, come forward and try and reconcile the way the death penalty is meted out, if not eradicated it total, we're going to be in trouble down the line. Once again, I would like to encourage people to call the governor's office, any of their constituents, on their mind that here's an opportunity for the governor to at least step in and stop some of the racism, disproportionate of punishment that is being meted out upon blacks through and by the death penalty.
Bobby, we have just found out that Governor Clinton of Arkansas, who's now running for the President of the United States, has executed 3 people during his term of office. Do you have any information on that?
No, at hand I do not, but it's my understanding that he has allowed the execution of 2 or 3 people to happen under his leadership there. I think from what I'm told, they gave a scenario of how heinous and atrocious the crime was, not paying any attention to taking someone's life.
We're in our 40th year plus of service within our community, Northeast, city, state, and county. We solicit your continuing support. It's been a pleasure to serve all of you. We are planning and working to make our service more unique in all manners for you, our customers, and friends. Our store hours are 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. We have daily delivery services with the purchases of $10 and up. We need your questions and your suggestions. Please feel free to call. The number is area code 405-427-1445. Remember, we carry over 1,000 different products, and you can make a selection that will fit your needs. Ladies, men, and women, all races, colors, and creeds. In addition, we have hats. That's located at 3048 Northeast 16th Street in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This part of our program will be a continuous part that will extend over into next week. We would like to thank you. And certainly this morning when I heard Reverend Drinkwater, I was so grateful because I have an opportunity to say thank you to all of you that have supported with your money, with your time, with your effort, the Black History Monument and Freedom Center. I would like to explain to you because now we want to finish the job. And this morning you heard on Sterling Mitchell's show, let's finish the job. We've got to finish that job. And I have not asked any of you for any whiskey, wine, or anything. I only ask you to finish the job. A council has raised $25,000 and paid for the land, $35,000 for the rebuilding with all of your help. We'll raise money to pay for a central air condition for the Black Mother. This poem was sent to me by Barbara Allen. Listen, the Black woman. She has been abandoned, abused, and left behind, but she was determined. She had a made-up mind. She's a backbone of our nation, our race. There were many hardships she had to face. She's compassionate, charming, and capable too. She can do whatever task she is asked to do. She's been criticized for a lot of things. She deserves respect and diamond rings. She's devoted, efficient, and a good friend. She will stand by you until the very end. She's gentle, hardworking, incredible, and just. And having God in her life is an absolute must. The Black woman is full of kindness and hope. She's very brave and stronger than a rope. She's been lonely, lonesome, and without companionship, but she still holds on with a tight grip. She's marvelous, mindful, and one in a million. If there's such a word, she's worth more than a zillion. She's necessary, notable, observant, if you may, and refuses to let obstacles stand in her way. She's gone through pain, pitfalls, and prejudices. Through prayer and trust, she's endured all this. She's quaint, reliable, religious person who has suffered long for no good reason. The Black woman has tenacity, and she is tough. She's been talked about and trampled on long enough. The Black woman is unbiased and understanding. Many people around her have been too demanding. She's valuable, vigorous, and vivacious, you see. The black woman will obtain the victory. She is wonderful, witty, and exciting to know. She preserves her youth and continues to learn and grow. The black woman is full of zeal and zest, and anyone can see that she's the very best. Yes, the black woman is a unique species, and she's so very special. When you come to Freedom Center, you will be able to see poems by people that believe in the black woman. Let's finish the job. We have a job that we've got to finish, and we've got to finish it in a hurry. A job of building a monument. Let's walk through the monument. On the bottom it will say this monument is dedicated to blacks and whites that have fought and died for freedom. There will be a slave ship, because all people know that the first slaves came to America on that hot summer day, August 20th, 1619. You will see blacks at work during those dark days of slavery. Then you will see those that worked during the days of 99 years of legalized segregation. But there's a flame that will be on that monument, a flame of hope. And as you pass by, you will see that flame. And those of you that will be visiting Freedom Center today and looking at the monument, I want you to remember that that monument is 7 feet down in the ground. That's the base of it. And it will be up when we finish the job. I told you that we started out with a $12,000 monument and we ended up with a $28,000 monument because we have 100 pictures on that monument. Now you have been calling me and you have been telling me what I should do. Now I'm going to ask you, what should I do to finish the job? We are divided up into groups. Nancy Davis, Letty Ruth Hunter, Salonia Bennett, Maxine Stale, Gloria Matthews, Calvin Whitaker, Calvin Luper, Leola Ford, Barbara Smith, Carolyn Littlejohn, Marilyn Hildred, Pat Hopkins, and Clara Luper. And many of you out there have accused me because I've been bragging, because I've been the leader, leading in the total amount that have been turned in. You say I brag too much. I didn't hear you telling the advertisers on television. I haven't heard you tell Dillards and others that they brag too much. Why pick on me? Now I want you to get off of my back, and if you don't want to do it, it's going to be done, because God works in mysterious ways. And if I get out here and work hard, and the harder I work, the more I receive, because I'll contact you. And I don't think you have been thoroughly contacted. I don't think you know what this means. You go to Acapulco and you take pictures with a frog. In the whole United States, they don't have but 26 monuments to blacks. And you mean to tell me you are not going to help me? You say you love Letty Ruth. You say you love Mrs. Stale. You say you love others. Show your love. Don't wait until they die and come in with your flowers and your resolutions. And I know you're ready to write a resolution to Clara Luper. Whereas God has done this for Clara, do you resolve to get up off of your constitution and come and help Clara Luper now? Now, I'm going to tell you, if you have a plan, let us know. Call me here at 672-1220 and tell me exactly how to do it, since you don't think I'm doing it right. Let's finish the job. And we could finish that job today, because 154 of you out there could give me $100. $318. Either one of these plans will work. 318 of you could give $50. 616 of you could give $25. 1,541 of you could give $10. 3,082 of you could give $5, or 15,400 of you could give $1. Now, it's no excuse for you not to give nothing. It's no excuse. And you're talking about, were you there when they crucified my Lord? If you had been there, you would have done just like you're doing me. You would sit there and watch and say, I wonder if it's going to happen. Haven't we proven it to you? Haven't you seen it? I'm asking you a question. You tell me if you have a better plan than I, give it to me. But if I have lived in this town all of these years and don't have enough friends, along with all my co-workers, to finish that job, these are some dark days. If everybody that I had helped to get a job in Oklahoma City would give something, we could pay this off today. Many of you have been fired and you have come to us, and we have gotten your jobs back. Where are you? Where are you? What are you going to do? And I would like to thank the friendly people at McGuire Plaza. I would like to thank the executive director who gave us a donation, and many of you give donations and you don't want me to tell it. And I'm not going to tell it. I'm going to do exactly what you want done. I don't care how much you give. And I have 10 more minutes on the air. The telephone number is 672-1220. But I want you to help. Help so young people can pass by Freedom Center and look at that black mother. That black mother has a hand stretched out because she has to pull some of her children. And I want your cooperation. And let me tell you, we will be back on the air this evening from 5 to 6 this evening. From 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. We will be back on Monday from 12 to 1, Tuesday from 12 to 1, and Wednesday from 10 to 11. Now, we want to finish this up on March 6th. I want to be able to tell the people that the job has been completed. You ask me, have I contacted the churches? Sure. Lady Ruth and I went to the Ministerial Alliance. We talked. We asked. That's all we can do. And I would like to thank you that have given. Maybe those of us that have given will have to give again. It doesn't make any difference, but it's going to go up. And I would like to thank a lady, a friend, and say to Clara Luper, I want to show you that I love you. And I want to see to it that that monument is complete. I want to thank that friend. I want to thank you. And I want to tell you how grateful I am. And if I cried, please look over me, because it's been so hard. We have sold chitlin dinners, catfish dinners, and everything.
Okay,
we worked so hard. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Oh, I'm fine today.
And I am one who's representing many who have not contributed, and you have been such a contribution to our society as a whole within our community. And I am one who is making an appeal for us to come in and march in behind Miss Luper, not only with our personal bodies, with finances. Good morning, Miss Luper.
Good morning. Tell me what's going on.
I'm telling you, I'm inviting the radio community to the Fairview Baptist Church on March the 7th at 6:30 to give flowers while our pastor lives, celebrating This Is Your Life of his involvement with the community, with religious and community organizations. And I'm making an appeal, please come and attend. Just as Ms. Luper is saying, so many of us after she's gone, we're going to come in with resolutions and she this and that. Let us give flowers to our leaderships within our community now. N-O-W now. We invite you to participate in our 29th Church's anniversary at Fairview, which will actually start the 17th through the 20th. That Sunday is our big day, and that Saturday night, on the 21st, we will have a musical, praising God in biblical principles.
Well, thank you so very kindly, and I would like for you to thank Fairview Baptist Church for $200. We really do appreciate it. I want to hear what's going on at Mount Olive Baptist Church, too, and I understand that they are having an anniversary. This is Clara Luper. You may call me at 672-1220. You're right. Don't wait until I die and come bringing flowers and crying, because I don't want you crying. I don't want you crying because I'll be resting. But what I want you to do is let's finish the job, finish the monument. Now, we can do it like this. 154 of you can call me today, and we'll get $100. It'll be over. This is Clara Luper.
Hello, Miss Luper. How you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
That's good. My name is Regina, and I have $50 to go toward the monument.
Oh, Regina, thank you. Regina, we have someone out here that will take your name, and that will be your address, and you're going to bring it to us. We will be at Freedom Center at 4 o'clock. Okay, Regina?
Okay.
I told you I needed 318 people to give $50, and it would be over. We got one. If you worked on that plan, 317 will do it. 154 of you out there should give us $100. I've contacted the highest paid people in Oklahoma City, Mr. Benjamin Demps and others, but I haven't heard from them. One thing about us, once we get up, we can forget about the people that's been down. Let me thank you from Moore, Oklahoma, the superintendent of schools from Moore, Oklahoma. Thank you. The assistant superintendent from Moore, Oklahoma. We would like to thank you for your donation. Now, I'm expecting a donation from Dr. Stella and some of those high-paid blacks down to the Board of Education, those big educators. And I noticed that in some schools in Oklahoma City, they aren't celebrating Black History Week with all the black teachers there. But I can tell you one thing. Yesterday I had the opportunity to speak at Midwest City High School. And it was something. Black and white students together studying black history. And some black principals and teachers are too scared of their blackness to stand up and say, Congress says it's a Black History Month, and we are going to celebrate it here. Okay, some of you say that's why you don't support me, because I talk too much. Well, I talk because I got something to talk about. And you ought to start talking. You ought to start telling people and teaching them that they are black. I'm a professional black person. I have my PhD in blackism. I was born a black baby, grew up as a black teenager, worked as a black teacher, and I have news for you. I retired as a black teacher. Now here's the big story. I shall die as a black person, so why be ashamed of my blackness? I'm a black woman, born of America. This is Clara Luper.
Oh.
Hello?
Luper.
Yes?
This is Lily Buckner from the Greater Mount Olive Baptist Church.
Yes.
How are you this morning?
I'm really fine, and I'm telling it like I see it, Lily.
Well, I know that you're doing just that, and I would like to invite you and our radio audience to our 8th appreciation service for Pastor and Sister Adrian Woodbury. It will culminate tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. The guest churches will be Greater Shiloh, St. Luke. The message will be by Reverend T.H. Hubbard.
Okay, now what time is that?
That's at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
At 3 o'clock, and where's your church located?
It's at 1120 Northeast 42nd Street. 1020 Northeast 42nd Street at the corner of 42nd and Kelly.
And that will be the 8th anniversary of Reverend Woodbury.
8th appreciation service, yes.
Oh, it's an appreciation service.
Yes, it's an appreciation service. We'd like to show our appreciation to our pastor and his family.
Well, that is just wonderful, and congratulations, and the best for you. Thank you for calling me.
Miss Luper.
Let me tell you something. In Oklahoma City, we got to watch as black people. And one thing about it, we don't watch enough. For example, look what's happening to beauty supply companies that's owned by blacks. First, I'm going to tell you about a beautiful black lady who owns a beauty shop called Andres at 8945 Northeast 10th Street. That's 10th and Douglas in Midwest City. That shop specializes in hair products. It specializes in those hard-to-find popular items. They have a complete line of pantyhose and T-shirts, hair bows, and earrings. On Wednesday, they have a special Senior Citizen Day where senior citizens can receive a 10% discount. I want you to go out there and look around. If they don't have what you need, they will get it for you. Andre will get it. She's had the experience. She's open every day, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now, she also has Avon products. I want you to look at her T-shirts, and I want you to remember that she sells both professional and retail. That means that if you're a professional, you can go out there and buy retail. Now, we have 3 black wholesale houses in Oklahoma City. Now, one thing I want you black people that talk black, that sing black, that's black, I want you to support those black businesses. Oh, you tell me that there are some new beauty supply houses coming in. Sure, they have more money. They can get loans easier than black people. And every time you go in a store where blacks do not own it, where blacks are not working in there, and you go in there and buy something, you are helping people that will make their money on the east side and take it somewhere else and build that community. Did you see any of those people that you're buying for? Have you seen them in your churches, in your sororities, your fraternities, your Masonic group? We've got to use now some common sense. Our great-grandparents worked to learn to read, and we can read that they don't want you to succeed in business. Like I had a white lady to call me and say, I would never give a penny to help build a monument to you black folks. And I thanked her. I said, you just don't know who we are. We are the ones that gave to this country the stoplight. We are the one that had the first heart operation. We are the ones that took peanuts and made peanut butter. We are the one that took guts and made chitlins. I think you wouldn't give because you don't have the correct information. If you did, you would run over to the east side. We've called upon the white churches to help us, and we're going to recall all them because they're always talking about how they love everybody. Well, let's see if they love us enough to help build a monument to black people. Well, Evelyn Pittman is going to co-host the 1992 Oklahoma Easter Seal Society Telethon. Be sure and listen. It starts at 5 a.m. and Evelyn Pittman will have something very, very special for you. There will be some musical selection that you want to hear because you're going to hear Isaac singing Rock of My Soul. We've got to perpetuate black music. Well, what is it that we need to do, Clara, you're saying? I say black people need to stop and think. That's what we need to do. Think about your blackness. Think about how proud you should be because you are black. Clara Luper.
Yes, Clara Luper, Dr. Vera Piggy from Clarksdale, Mississippi. I've been trying to get you for the last hour.
From Clarksdale, Mississippi. Okay, you have me now, Dr. Piggy.
I have a question. I've been hearing something about Robin Park that's supposed to be electrocuted or however, whatever. And I want to know what's the problem. How is it that the state of Oklahoma will electrocute a man? Now, if the man is guilty of murder, I don't know that. I don't approve of murder, but I think that the state of Oklahoma and all 50 states need to be uniform because, just not long ago there was a Jeffrey L. Dahmer in Indiana that killed 15 men. And not only brutally killed them, cooked them, ate up some of them. They gave him 15 lifetimes. You know that?
Well, Dr. Piggy, I regret to tell you it is true. Robin Parks is scheduled to die on March 10th, 1992. And you've heard about it down in Clarksdale, Mississippi?
Yes.
Is Mississippi still killing blacks?
It has been a long time since there had been an electrocution in the state of Mississippi. Now, the only thing I'm saying is, because in some instances I believe in the Old Testament, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, or whatever. But I think if that's going to apply, then it ought to apply to everybody. Because I think that everybody's life is important, the one who took the life and the one who gave up their life. And that's my contention.
But one thing about it, Dr. Piggy, I appreciate you calling and tell the people in Mississippi to join us in writing to our governor, State Capitol, room 212. His name is Governor David Walters. His telephone number is 521-2342. I understand that you people in Mississippi say you don't want to come back to Oklahoma for any conventions as long as we are killing people.
All right, then. I'm glad I managed to get you, and it always upsets me when I hear people being killed. Always.
Well, thank you, Dr. Piggy. Skill in education, and thank you for calling from Clarksdale, Mississippi. I look at the clock on the wall, and I know it's time for Clara Luper to say goodbye, but I'll be back this evening at 5 p.m. Don't miss me. You may call me, 424-3949, and if you're not going to do nothing but talk, don't call me. Call the birds. This is Clara Luper saying whatever you do and wherever you go, just remember one thing. We got to finish the job of building that monument. Go by Freedom Center.
The views and opinions expressed and or the representation of products advertised on the following program do not necessarily represent those of KT.